let's say that you've managed my portfolio and I'm getting ready to retire, and I've got a large enough amount where Social Security, I don't have to rely on that at all. But that's going to come in. So I wait till I'm 70. I take the max amount that I can take out. So that money is now income. So now I want to do is say, Pete, I want to put this money away to continue to invest this, but I'm going to be plowing. I'm going to be taking the money out of my investments, but I want to take the income that I'm having from Social Security and put it into something aggressive to try to offset what I'm pulling out.
When you're withdrawing from an investment, you're taking what you need at that point in time. So you always want to start with the sources of income that are going to come no matter what. For example, Social Security. That's going to be deposited in your account every month. It's going to show up on your tax return every year. If you have a required minimum distribution from an IRA, that's going to be income that's going to have to come out of your IRA. It's going to have to be income tax, and it's going to be on your tax return every single year. So we start with those figures, and is that enough total income to support your lifestyle? And if it is, if it's more than enough, well, then maybe you have some excess income. Just because you take money out of your IRA in a minimum distribution doesn't mean you can't turn around and invest it the exact same way it was before it came out of the IRA. IRS just wants to collect their income taxes on it. So that's where that money, has to, essentially go from bucket A to bucket B, could own the same stock as it did before. It's just going to be in an after-tax, a non-IRA account at that point in time. So you want to trigger as little taxable income as possible. You don't want to be taking money from your investments that you don't have to spend because you have it coming from some other source that's already been taxed. And we see this often is people will withdraw from certain accounts or certain buckets of investments for some mental reason that they've decided. And it's not a bad, wrong reason. It's just the reason that they've elected and then what makes sense in their, what I call mental accounting. But when you sit down and look at the tax return, sometimes we can get the same total income, but not withdraw it from this account because it's already coming out of this other account. And so therefore, that's really what those types of situations, we're looking at how you're going to be income taxed, and we want to manage the total net income that you're going to have. And if we can reduce the taxable income and still put the same amount of money in your pocket that you can spend and live on, that's really the key that we're trying to drive to.
I see. So you would probably advise somebody, say, hey, look, if this Social Security is coming in, if you don't need it, then take less of a distribution from your investments than you had anticipated. Because
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? Because you're being taxed on the Social Security that is coming to you anyway, or the other withdrawals that you make might be elevating your taxable income. So more of your Social Security is subject to tax. So we want to start with that income like Social Security first. That's money you're going to spend. And then your investments are going to support above and beyond that. We don't want to start in the other direction because then we're going to drive taxes. We're going to drive, we're going to change the purpose or time horizon of an investment from being longer term or at least intermediate term to being shorter term when that isn't necessary. And we're going to miss opportunity. And we're also going to have some income tax exposure that may not be necessary.